1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Schlemiel, Schlemazel, Bean and Chisme Incorporated. The Bean and Chisme Show is recorded live for streaming. Welcome to the Bean and Chisme Show.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Nina Duran.
And I'm Samantha Najera.
And we're super excited to be with you here on Wednesday night, February 7th. It's our special Valentine's episode.
Is it Valentine's or is it Valentine?
They're both correct. It depends on how you pronounce it.
I feel so weird with these microphones, you guys. Like, I feel like a news reporter. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Bean and Chisme Show. Tonight at 7, Drake showed his wee-wee in front of the whole world, and now we're all talking about it.
Yes, and Oxygen's new Yolanda documentary has everyone talking.
More like no Londa.
No Yolanda. Man, it's crazy. There's a lot of mixed reaction going on with that right now.
I know.
Yeah.
I feel like Selena is a topic you just don't. It's always going to be controversial, and you don't mess with Selena.
Especially, again, here, South Texas, it's different. It's different. We have this, like, protection thing over her. It's like you said in one of our shorts, the two things you don't mess with in life are
Jesus and Selena.
That's right.
So, welcome to the show, you guys. Thank you for joining us. If you're live on YouTube or Facebook, please leave us a comment. Tell us where you're watching from.
Sí, por favor.
Thank you so much for joining us. We've got a new sketch tonight. We have giveaways
Yes, we do.
from Love Shack Boutique. And we have all kinds of chisme for you tonight because that's what we do.
A lot of chisme. You can't have a Valentine's Day episode and not have chisme.
Yes.
But
so,
speaking of Love Shack
tell me.
Boutique, though, our
Look at
shirts.
okay. Hello. Snaps, you guys, leave some hearts and some roses for the shirts from Love Shack Boutique. By the way, if you can't hear us or if the audio sounds weird, let us know in the comments so we could always adjust.
Yes,
but by the way, I can buy myself flowers.
I haven't heard that song, and then you sent it to me, and I was like, oh, yeah, I've heard it.
This girl.
Every time. I'm the worst with that stuff. I'm like
Mira.
a little viejita. I'm like, oh, my God, I can buy myself flowers.
I'm like,
so bad.
Mira, there's a man named Drake. And he's got a pee-pee. He's swinging around on the internet. And she's like, who's Drake?
I'm like, does he spell it with a Q or with a K? No. Yeah, but it is funny how sometimes I think I'll know something's going viral. I just don't know that there's a name to it.
Okay,
So, like,
it.
I'd heard the song a million times, but had no idea that it was I Can Buy Myself Flowers.
Okay, so let me ask you this really quick.
Oh, no.
'Cause now I'm dying to ask you. Okay, so since you are dating a sports guy, literally like a sports radio
Shout
talk
out
show
Mike
host,
Taylor.
Mike Taylor. Do you know what's your prediction on the Super Bowl? Because this
Oh.
girl didn't know anything about sports. And let me guess.
No.
Now you know who's going to win.
No, I really don't. I don't know things like that. But I mean, I know who's in it by default. So I know Chiefs and 49ers, I think.
That's a lot to know.
That's a lot, though, for me, for someone like me. But I knew random things. Like, for example, I knew that the Detroit Lions were in there, but because I love their color blue.
Okay.
That's like all I cared about. I'm like,
baby
that's a pretty blue. And so I just kept on saying, ooh, I'm like, oh my God, they're almost there. And then they lost. So random little things I'll pick up
You'll
on.
remember.
But I'm no better today, I think. I don't know. He may say otherwise.
So who does Mike say is going to win?
I don't even know,
He
honestly.
hasn't made a prediction like, oh, it's going to be
Maybe.
Taylor's team. Taylor
Comment
Swift.
below. I know he's watching. Comment, baby. I have no idea.
Not the Kansas City Chiefs. It's
I don't know.
Taylor's
I could
team.
see him maybe. I don't know. Yeah, my kiddo, my 15-year-old, I guess apparently they're coining this year's Super Bowl the Swift Bowl.
Oh,
Mira.
makes sense.
The
But you
Swift
know what?
Bowl.
Total marketing genius. Let's get Taylor Swift to date one of the NFL players because we need to sell tickets to the Super Bowl and make sure that team gets to the Super Bowl. And by the way, he has a twin, and we're going to tell you the story about the mom and the It's all PR to me.
It's crazy. And they're making so much money. They're banking on.
Exactly.
There's
And
so
I know
much.
I
It's
love
crazy.
Taylor, trust me. But
For sure.
and all the people who talk shit about her,
Hey,
And
they're
Janet,
just
but at the
jealous.
same time, she's laughing at the bank,
Oh,
y'all.
I know.
She's
I
a
know.
billionaire. Like,
Yeah,
dude,
she's doing good.
let
So,
Tay win all day.
and like, okay, so speaking of dating, one thing is we wanted to get real awkward real quick in this show because again, it's our
What?
Valentine's show. And so for all you mamas out there, like I know our sweet Gabby
Kind.
sometimes watches with her kiddos. This may or may not be the episode that you want to do that on because we wanted to talk about dating in, well, I guess 2024 now,
Well,
right? You
yes.
speak of
So
Taylor
warning
Swift
for the
dating.
children.
Yes, warning, warning, warning. You know, we have
Don't
our
say I didn't tell you.
exactly. Mira, mija. Don't say we
Mira,
didn't tell
mija.
you what to do or what not to do. But I mean,
Okay. What do you
more
want to know?
recently, I mean, so I've been dating Mike now since 2 years. Oh my gosh, in March. So
Wow.
you can speak to the more recent dating, which again, she'll tell me stories, y'all, and I'm like, what the
Bruh.
absolute hell is happening in life right now? Like, I can't imagine. I've never used um
A dating app.
a widget, yeah, a
A
Hinge.
widget? ¿Cómo que widget? I swear you're a vieja. Stop
Email
showing your
widget. I've
age.
never used. I meant to say Hinge, like Hinge or whatever.
Hinge and
Tinders. I've
Tinder.
never used any of that. So
Plenty of
anytime you,
pescado.
yeah, oh yeah, go fish, right?
El
Oh,
bumblebee.
plenty of fish, not go fish. That's okay. Go fish. Go fish.
Oh
But so
God.
you have way more insight into like dating right
I'm
now.
not proud of that, but yes, not not by choice.
So tell us all about it.
So dating in 2024, I will say is not fun. I feel like the whole because I feel like we're still kind of old school.
Oh, for sure.
Very old
Yeah.
school, like traditional in the way that like somebody asks you out, takes you to dinner, you get to know somebody over time, and
You're
it's like a part
courted.
you're courted,
Hmm.
you're pursued per se.
Right.
You kind of do this thing, and it's with one person.
Yeah.
Well, now it's like
What?
ding ding, and then you've got multiple people you're talking to at one time. And for me, like I can't personally handle that, and I understand
Mhm.
why they say keep your options open. I get that logical, right? Like, why would you lock it in with one person
Sure.
that hasn't necessarily committed to you yet? But I feel like, well, don't you want to give your attention to
Yeah.
one person at a time to get to know
I
that
also think that's harder for women than it is for men because I've never been the dating type. Like, usually, if I'm talking to someone, even if it's new, I'm just kind of hyper focused on that person. Because if I'm interested, I want to see where it goes. I'm not like, oh, let me pursue you and you too. I don't have the capacity to do that.
yeah.
Yeah.
But and I'm like that too, but then the guy will tell you like, "Oh, I'm talking to other people." So then you don't
So
know
they're
what else to
straight up
do.
honest.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
not all the time. And that's the other thing.
Mhm.
A lot of them are married and a lot of them are in the middle of a divorce. A lot of
Do
them
you ever make them like
have girlfriends.
do you ever make them like show you papers like if
Yes,
they
all the
say
time.
because mira mija, just
All the
because they
time.
say that they're going through a divorce, do not trust a mother effer.
Yeah, no.
Don't trust I'm going through a divorce.
And I don't know if this is a Texas thing, but I know in San Antonio, it's like a
Hmm.
20 female to 1 male ratio here.
Mm.
And so you've got men who just, I mean, they just happen to get tons of women because there's a lot of us out there. And
Mm.
we see one man who's single and it's like, well, he's snatched up right away. But I will say you have to be extra careful.
Mhm.
You have to just, I mean, I don't have the energy to do it. I'm not on any dating apps anymore. I don't have the energy to do it anymore. But you also have to, this is really sad, check if
Mhm.
they're married.
Yeah.
And you can check
Oh,
that on the Bear County
it's not
court
surprising.
system. You can
That's
look
right.
that up because a lot of them are. And then you also can look up their records, like
Yeah, if they've had an
criminal
assault.
history. You have to, and that's the thing is like nowadays people lie so much.
Right.
They will tell you like they're fucking good at it. They are
Absolutely.
so good at it.
And the other thing too is the older you get, the more opportunity for shit to happen. So it's different when you're dating in your 20s versus okay,
Oh,
when you're in your late 30s or 40s, okay, now you're finding someone who has 40 years of life before you.
multiple
That's
baby
40
mama,
years
multiple
of that's
divorce.
a lot of opportunity for a lot of shit to go down. And so, yeah, it's not a bad idea. And along those same lines, keep your Find My iPhone on. Mija's
Oh,
out
I do
there.
that all the time. If
Your
I'm on a date,
GPS, you keep
oh,
that
my
shit
location
on.
is on, and my real ones know, like they know. My
Hmm.
sister laughs
I
because
will
when
find
I send
you.
her my
I will.
location, she just rolls her eyes. She's like, "I already know what you're doing, Vato." Like she's like, "I already know what's happening. You're on a date because I have to tell somebody." There's too many
Yeah.
crazies out there,
Yes.
and just giving you guys another tip, ladies out there.
Mm.
I'm not gonna reveal the groups, but a lot of you already are aware of the groups that exist.
You
And
told me about
it
this.
exists. And guys, please don't get me wrong. Everything I say about the men, it absolutely happens on the female end as well. There are
Totally.
some crazy ass bitches out there
There's a lot
who
of
will
us.
ruin your fucking life. So keep your dick in your pants,
100%.
bro. Like at least do the 90-day challenge
Mhm.
situation, because I'm telling you, she will come in toxic. Same shit, both sides. But the thing that happened that I love and I go to now as a resource is
Mhm.
the groups on Facebook. And
You
it's like,
told me
are you
about
dating
that.
this person, Austin? Are you dating this person? Like, I can't tell you anymore. Y'all gonna have to look. But it has, at first, I hated it because it was
Yeah.
so toxic and
Mhm.
drama.
You
But
told me like you had to get out of it for a bit, right? Or like block it
no,
for
I
a
don't
little
want to see all
bit,
that. I
and
don't want to
then
know.
yeah,
But
yeah.
then, as I've started dating, I'm like,
Going in
typing the
there.
person's name in, boop, 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 boop. Like it'll tell you who he's dated because
It's
multiple women
crazy.
have posted. It has photos. It's like text mess. I mean, it has everything you need to find out about this person, especially in a city like San Antonio.
Oh yeah, it's so small. It's so small. Do you still have like hope though, or like what are your ways right now of like if you're not on any dating apps, like going about
Um.
finding someone?
Oh no. I mean, that's never been a problem. I'm just
You're
saying.
like there's plenty of opportunity out there.
I just open. Like I think a big part of my problem previously
Mhm.
is I wasn't even open.
That's very
I
true.
wasn't
Yeah.
even like, you could DM me and I'd be like,
So I don't
whatever.
care.
It
Mhm.
was too much for me to process because I always felt like people have an ulterior motive
Oh yeah, 100%.
or they just want to get laid or whatever. So I just almost didn't even talk to anybody.
Yeah,
It's almost easier because
got
I
it.
like my life.
Yeah.
It's peaceful. I have a lot of
Mhm.
fun.
It's
So it's
independent.
like, why would I? So now I'm a little more open. And
Yeah.
you, okay,
Ah,
this girl has game. And not because she's trying, but she doesn't have to fucking try. It just comes to her.
no, that's
It
not
just,
true.
some people are like that. The love just comes to her naturally. And
No,
I'm trying to
that's
have a
funny.
little more
I think
game.
with
I don't know.
me, it's always been about, as you know, about connection, right? So with Mike, what was interesting, speaking of old school, it's like when we met, it was one of
How did you meet?
those.
Hold on, start all over.
So, so he was never like all up in my DMs or anything like that, but
Lies.
he did message Bean and Chisme about merch, like wanting merch, but he did message the business
But
account, so I'll give him
how did
that.
you see that? But I didn't
Because
see
you
it.
weren't on Twitter, I was the one handling
Oh,
the
it was
Twitter account.
Twitter.
Yeah.
I don't fuck with
Can
that
you
Twitter shit.
imagine if it was the other way, like how crazy like life could be? So I was on Twitter. So that's how I saw it. And so me, I'm like, oh yeah, what's your address? He was living in Hawaii at the time. And so I was like, I'll snail mail you your stuff. And he's
Okay.
like, no, let's meet up.
Did
And
he do it on
so
purpose? Like, no, I want to see you in person.
well, no, I don't think so because this was like let's say in November and then he was in town that December, but it just didn't work out. He didn't even reach out to try to like meet up, but I wasn't even thinking about it. That following year in February, got another message, "Hey, I'm going to be in town in March. Would love to get that merch." And I'm still trying to snail mail it to him like, "You can just give me your address and I'll mail it to you."
Oh my god.
And he's like, no, I'll meet when I'm there. And so he finally came in town. We met up on a Sunday. So Gabby got this pink bag ready with a whole bunch of
And
swag.
you were single for a while
A
at that
year and a
point.
half. Yeah,
Okay.
I'd been single for about a year and a half. And so Elijah had been through his whole battle with cancer. So I was at a point too where I'm like happy and single and same thing, just kind of enjoying my life. Had no idea that this me dropping off merch was going to lead to a 5-hour conversation. And then that was that. So
Oh,
we met on a
and
Sunday.
that
I
happened.
know it's crazy. We met on a Sunday. He left that Thursday to Hawaii. We had only hugged, and then we pretty much courted for 8 weeks over the phone. So there
That's a
was
long
no,
time.
yeah. So that's a lot of time to get to know someone. It felt very like 1996, and you're just on the phone like, "Hi, how are you?" Like we
Late
were
at
on the
night.
phone for like 6 hours
Oh my
sometimes at night, and there
god.
was a 5-hour time difference too.
So
And
like
so
every day.
yeah, oh, it was crazy. And so just courting, and then we had phone sex before we had actual sex. Y'all just gotta
Okay, wait.
know,
I have a
scoop,
really
scoop.
stupid question. What if the phone sex is bad?
Well, it wasn't. What if the real sex is bad? Is the question
I
because
wouldn't even
you're,
know what that's like because I have a young child in my home.
oh
So like, what
yeah,
am I
you
supposed
just
to
lock your
do?
doors and put a fan
I
on like
feel like it's
speed
so bad.
3 because the white noise. Girl, I got this shit figured out. Come on now.
That's why you're in your position and
Come
I'm in
on now.
mine. She knows what she's doing. Clearly, I don't.
So, but there was always that, what if he comes in? What if he comes in and like, what if he sucks at kissing? Like all these things were, of
Yeah.
course, chances, and thankfully it all worked out because here we are 2 years later. Yep.
Oh, I
Crazy.
can't believe it's gonna be two
In
years.
March. Yeah.
Aw.
Eee,
Look
I
at my
know.
So are y'all gonna do anything for Valentine? Like, do y'all have a Valentine's
So apparently
plan?
he already asked my boss if I could have off early that day. So that's all I know.
Okay.
I was like, you're making requests, you're gonna
Good
get me
job, Mike
fired.
Taylor. Good
Yeah.
job.
So
Well,
anyway, that's
good
fine.
luck to everybody. Oh, and I have it
Yeah.
here digmatized. What does that
Because
even mean? Do you want me to start that, or do you want?
I okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let's back up on here. So when Sam and I are going through the show, we always have like these ideas that we want to talk about, right? And so I was going through her notes and I see this word digmatized and I'm like, what does that even mean? And she was like, "You've never been digmatized?" And I'm like, "Well, explain to
I'm
me what
laughing
it
so hard.
means." And she's
Okay.
yeah, so tell everyone
I will tell you what
what
being
digmatized
digmatized.
means.
So, digmatized means I can't keep a straight face. It means that when you've had really good D and not, it makes absolutely no logical sense for you to be in a relationship with this person, but then you sleep with them and it's a very good sexual chemistry,
Mm.
and so you're blinded by the D because it's
Because it's fire. See, okay, and it's interesting because then
yes.
that's when I was like,
And it's a
okay,
very horrible position to be in because damn girl, he can't even hold a conversation. He's dumb as rocks. But then you have that and you're like, damn, because that's hard to find.
crazy.
Then you're not even thinking straight and it's just all kinds of bad. So now what I do to avoid being digmatized is I just do the 90-day rule. Like I just wait.
Digmatized.
That way it's like, do I really like you? Are you like a good person?
That's
Or am I
hilarious.
going to
Or
be
do I just
digmatized?
like the
You're dead.
penis?
Yeah, exactly.
So there are
Exactly.
girls that are just like willing to look over all the bullshit, all the just because like he good in the bed.
Yeah, and you have to remember, like,
I don't know
women
if I can put up with that
don't
shit.
always have sexual chemistry. Like, it's hard
Oh,
for women
so hard.
to get aroused, period.
Absolutely.
So
It's
for
way
them to
different.
find somebody that can hit that spot, then it's
And
like
go
almost like
there.
finding fucking gold, dude.
That's true because for women, a lot of times it's that chemistry has a lot to do with just being comfortable with someone. Isn't it weird how you can be totally comfortable with one person and then just not feel it at
Chemistry.
all, like with someone else? That's
It's
massive.
chemistry.
That's a massive
It's
thing.
science, and I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah, no, I know. I don't know how to goes, but
So anyway, mija, wait 90 days,
yes,
mijo, and mijo, you too. And I don't know do you guys know what the term is for like when you sleep with a female and like she's got you all
pussy
acting like
whipped.
pussy whooped?
It's
That's
got to
what
be
it's
a
called,
thing,
right?
right? Yeah, I guess. I
I don't
don't
know.
know.
Whatever. But wait 90
Comment
days? I
below.
mean, I don't know. Do you guys have advice? I'm not the guru here. Please let us know what you think in the comments.
Yeah, so all that to say, y'all, self-love versus that
So talk
digmatized
about
love.
giving yourself love. Well, we're going to talk about emotional. Let's go emotional first, and then we'll go
Yes.
into physical. How about
Okay,
that?
let's do that.
Okay, so self-love is something that I have practiced very well over the past couple years,
Heyo.
and many ways more than one. But I feel like self-love is a whole thing that I had to learn how to do for myself. Some people are
Absolutely.
really good at it. I wasn't good at it. And it starts as simple as talking to yourself kindly. I learned this in therapy.
Oh yeah.
And my therapist was like, "What kind of voice do you say? What kind of voice do you hear when you're talking to yourself
Mhm.
internally?" And I'd be like, "You're not good enough. You're fat. You're ugly. Look at you thinking that you run a business. You're a piece of shit." It is
That's
like that. It was
awful.
like that. And she
Yeah.
was like, "You are horrible at talking to
Mhm.
yourself
And a lot of
kindly."
people do that.
I know, but it's like,
Mhm.
where did we even get that in turn?
Mhm.
Like, how did that even start? So it's a whole childhood issue thing.
Oh yeah.
And then one of the things my therapist was like, "Do you ever do something for yourself?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah, I go to the gym, I get my nails." And she's like, "No, like, do you take time to do something you enjoy regularly?" And I was like, "No."
Mhm.
And she was like, "Then you need to find something as simple as buying candles that you like, in the
Yeah.
shower, getting a nice scrub, doing
Something
skincare,
for you.
something for
Yeah, that
you."
just makes you happy because you want to for no other reason
I've
than that.
never knew what that was.
Yeah.
Had no idea because
Mhm.
in my world where I lived, everybody else matters and I don't matter. And
Mhm.
in my head I was like, "But you do, you know that you matter." I'm like, "Yeah, but I just didn't treat myself
Well,
like that."
I think there's also a single mom mentality that's attached to that too, because for
Mexican mom
you,
mentality
and
at that.
that also, like you said, how you're brought up, but then even when you're a single mom and you have a child, like you have this mentality where everything, well, if there is any extra, it goes to my kid, not to me,
That's
if
right.
that makes sense.
Exactly.
Whether that be love for yourself, or instead of me having a spa day, me, and not that there's anything wrong with taking Ava. I know like y'all did, but there is something to just you doing you. Yeah.
Exactly. And then you lose yourself and like what brings you joy and what makes you happy. So you have it's literally like an intentional thing for me. Just like
Mhm.
dating, I have to
Mhm.
intentionally do it. It doesn't come to my
Mhm.
head naturally like, "Oh, let me go meet people." I'm like, "Ah." Same
Yeah.
thing with self-love and self-care. Like I have to be intentional. Now self-love is like my regular every day. You are beautiful. You are a bomb ass bitch. You're a baddie. You're the best that's ever.
Baddie.
All those things. My
My new
internal
favorite.
dialogue is very different these days. So what do you do for self-love?
I watch Netflix for 6 hours at a time on Saturday.
Wow.
No. For me though, like honestly, it sounds crazy, but like I love watching documentaries, and I like
Okay.
watching them like by myself and like on like my own
And
time.
it
And
makes
I
you
like
feel good.
it does. It does. It's so weird. That is, I know like everyone has their thing. For me,
Yeah.
I know it sounds crazy. It's my crime documentaries. I just enjoy having my time to like do that.
What about your hiking? You're really good at like hiking
I
and doing
know.
those
Well, and
things.
here's the thing, I haven't been hiking lately.
Really?
Well, a lot of it has to do with the time change because I like to be outdoors, and since it gets dark so early, but
I
that's about to
know.
change in a couple weeks. And so hopefully once that changes, I can get outside again because like most people, my day is tied up doing day shit,
Yeah.
as much as I'd love to be outside, but hopefully
It's
that'll come up
gonna
again.
happen. Don't worry, you
But
got
you're
all
right.
year.
Yes, but you're right. I love to hike, go outside, be outside, travel, all the things. And right now, and I don't want to get too off subject, but much like you, I have two senior dogs that I'm dealing with. And y'all,
I know.
people that have dogos, when they get elderly, and those of you that are watching can attest to this, like your time, your schedule sometimes revolves around them.
Them. Yeah.
And you can't leave and you can't go nowhere, and you're kind of tied, and so they're all
It's like having a
cute when they're five
baby.
weeks old and they're little witty bitty, and then they get to be senior dogs, and it's hard. So we're kind of going through that too right now, this
It's like go check on the dog,
transition.
get the medication. Like it's a whole thing. I
That's a
get it.
lot. So,
I get it. But
but
okay, well,
anyways,
speaking of self love, if you guys
yes.
are on a self discovery journey or a self care, self love journey this year, I know a lot of you are being intentional about this in
Hmm.
the new year. Call our girl Vanessa
Shout
Montes.
out.
She is a licensed therapist and she can walk you through all of these things and teach you how to be kind to yourself. If you need some sort of therapy, that is one of our amiga sponsors. B Void Counseling is the name of her company. Please reach out to her on Instagram. We have a phone number for her, and main thing, honestly, I like is her website.
Yeah, because you can just go on her website. You can schedule a free session with her today, because another
Free
important,
session?
yep, you can do a free,
Nina, how long is
free
it?
15 minute
Okay.
session.
I'd be like, let me tell you my whole life in 15
Yeah.
minutes. Go.
Right. So have your little post-it, have your note card ready. But the great thing about that, and you mentioned this last time, is that it gives you a chance to see if you vibe with someone,
Yeah.
which is really good because you
You're not
need a
gonna vibe with
vibe.
all the therapists. Don't give
Right.
up.
And you need a vibe with your therapist. And so and I believe she also takes insurance
She does.
too. And so there's some frequently asked questions on her website that are really awesome. But yes, B-Boy Counseling, our girl Vanessa, she's here to help. And again, while she does and will see gentlemen, she does focus on women though, on right? Am I correct in that,
Yeah,
on
she
women
does
mental
specialize
health?
in women and who
Mhm.
also have been through some trauma, and so that's also what I like about her because she's from San Antonio. She has the Mexican American Latina experience that we all have, and
Yes.
so but men, please reach out to her. She is so sweet and kind. So if it's not a match, she'll guide you to the right therapist.
Totally.
So speaking of self love, that was mental and emotional.
Mhm.
Can we talk about self love from the Love Shack boutique, or are we in the lineup?
Absolutely.
Is that what the lineup
Absolutely
is
we can
about?
do.
Okay.
Yeah, let's see. Oh yeah, we can do whatever we want to do.
So the Love Shack boutique is a really cool. What do you call it?
It's
Not besides sex shop because I feel like that
it's an
doesn't
no, it's an adult toy boutique, but
intimacy.
it's an intimate boutique. What yeah, I don't
Forgive me
know.
for not knowing, but
Be-
Amy Gonzalez. Let me tell you guys something about Amy Gonzalez. She is the owner. Shout out to Amy.
Shout
I've
out.
known her for a long time, and she is an OG Bean and Cheeseman supporter who
Yes, she
sponsored us from
is.
the very beginning. I'll never forget that about her. But I call her the Griselda of sex toys in San
Eee,
Antonio, Texas, because she slangs
Griselda.
this shit, yo. Like she started her business because she was selling sex toys around town, having
Mhm.
sex parties, and then she opened a brick and mortar off of Babcock, and now she's got her second location over off of Tranco. Bro, let me tell you, women one of the main things about being in Chisme that we're very proud of is women empowerment.
Yes, ma'am.
And I feel like I was very conservative. I still kind of am in a way going into these sex shops because you're used to like the adult megaplex, like
Oh yeah,
big
which is like,
pornography
and it feels
vibe. Like
dirty
it feels
going
dirty and it's got
in.
like these ginormous like
Yes.
dildos that right when you walk in your face.
Right.
And
And I have to and I
I
have
mean,
to tell you, like, Love Shack Boutique, the first time I went, so it used to be right next door to where I got my hair done for like years. It's so funny, the one off Babcock. And so I'd go in all the time. And what's really cute is I feel it kind of feels like a small, locally owned Victoria's Secret
yes,
with
I
toys.
love that.
But with toys, like because I've gotten cute little panties there,
Yes,
cute little
same.
undies there. They've got little tops. They've got great lip glosses. They have a whole bunch of stuff. But then, yeah, they also have, some toys for women, some
To
toys
do
for
for
men,
yourself. And
some
that's the thing
toys
is
for
like,
couples,
ooh, I used to be so
so bunch of
ashamed of all
options.
this stuff, and now I'm like, dude, if that makes you happy, you know that it's
Yes.
actually scientifically good for you to pleasure
To
yourself.
have an
Fucking
orgasm.
dopamine and
Absolutely.
what is it? Not estrogen,
Serotonin,
whatever the fuck
all the
it is. It's
tonins,
good
every
for you.
tonin,
And
release
I
them.
grew up Catholic, so everything was like, you're a sinner. You're a
Yes.
bad girl. You're a sinner. Don't even think those thoughts.
Right.
And now that I know what I know about myself, my
Mhm.
sexuality, like it's something not to be ashamed of.
It's carnal.
And
It's
there's a lot of
human.
people. Another thing I love about Love Shack is people have medical
Oh
conditions
yeah.
down there,
Yep.
and we don't talk about it.
Nope.
And it's just too much for some people. I'm like, dude, if you go, they're very professional,
Mhm.
and they're not like, oh, who are you having sex with? They're not in your business. It's
No.
nothing like that at all.
They're
And
so
so,
sweet.
ladies, please, if you want, go to the Love Shack boutique. They're all over the internet. They have got a ton of followers, but we have a
Yes.
giveaway
For
coming
later though.
up
Yes, it's a giveaway.
later, and we just wanted to mention that about self-love, like please, and also show your man, if you got a man, tell him to take you there
Yes,
because you'll have a lot of
it's
fun.
so much fun going. And the other thing too, okay, I have a really quick story. So we had a small a bean and cheese event years ago at the Love
Hmm.
Shack Boutique off of Babcock, and it was so cute. People got to come and like meet and greet. We took pictures, had all this stuff. My favorite part of the evening though, and you probably don't remember this. So we did it was like a sex trivia, like
Bingo or
Q&A thing, and like to see whoever answered the most questions.
already laughing.
And guess whose hand kept raising and who knew every question?
My mom.
Yeah, how was ahí, Senora
Oh my God,
Evelyn?
ma'am. How
It
do you
was
know about all
it
this?
it was so
That's hilarious.
funny. I just remember she
Evelyn.
was like, she just kept raising her hand, like, I know this question, I know the answer to this. I was
Evelyn,
like,
shout out. Evelyn Najera.
yeah, shout out
Najera.
Mama Evelyn. She was
We know that you know what's up, girl.
I
Funny.
see where she gets it from. But
Low key
anyways,
net,
yes.
yeah.
So we will be giving away two $25 gift cards, right?
Well, no, actually, we have the rose toy, which is
The rose
very popular.
toy.
We'll talk about it later. And then this is like a whole set of goodies and toys.
Yes. Ooh, this is some fun stuff.
And it says, just do me.
Just do me.
Let's vibe. Oh, I love that.
Oh, let's vibe.
Super
Very
cute.
cute.
So,
Love it,
anywho,
love it.
self
Yes.
love, you guys.
Don't forget you guys to like, share, comment. If y'all want to advertise with Bean and Chisme, if you wanted to talk about your product,
What's up?
what you have, DM us, message us, Facebook us, Insta us, Twitter us, email us. There's
Throw
so
a
many
rock, you'll
ways
find us.
to get a hold of us. Yes, yes. And I know we wanted to talk about some funny date stories, but before we do that, there's a comedy show coming up, right?
Yes.
On President's Day.
Yes, I want to talk about that. It's not on President's Day, but it's the Sunday before President's
Oh,
Day.
that's what it is. Yeah.
So, good friends of ours headlining it, and Raymond Orta. It's called the
Mhm.
President's Day Comedy Bash at McAllister Theater this Sunday coming up February the 18th, and it features one of our Bean and Cheese Meth
Whoop,
friends of the
whoop.
cast, Michelle Cantu.
Shout out Michelle.
Ken Flores, Raymond Orta, and Joshua I Nieto. Oh, and Big John. He's also on the lineup. You guys, something also we're very proud of at Being Cheese. We want to support local comedy.
Yes, all the time.
And if you have a show coming up, DM us and we'll post it. We'll add it to the post. It's no big deal because we want to promote local comedy and of course blow up our local comedians. So February the 18th, tickets are on sale. We will post the link to the tickets. And don't forget, it's Raymond Orta. Do you know who that is?
I do. Yes, of course.
He's hilarious.
He's
He's
great.
from
This
Corpus.
whole lineup is great.
Bro,
Yeah.
no, like I haven't laughed that hard.
Really.
He
And she,
is
y'all,
hilarious. Like he's
she's
funny
hard to
to
make
make laugh.
laugh. We'll go to
Not
like
really.
HBO comedy festivals. I'm like,
I'm like,
and Sam's like,
bring
yeah,
me.
okay, what, next? I'm like, damn. So if you say something's funny,
No,
shit's gotta be
you'll
funny.
die for sure. And with all of them, they're all super talented. But again, shout out to our girl Michelle Gantu. We're very proud of her and her comedy journey, so we want to support that.
That's awesome. And so
So yeah,
yeah, that's me at McAllister Theater
yeah,
off of San Pedro Avenue. So
Avenue.
go get your laugh on. Speaking of, this kind of isn't in here, kind of is. Do you have any embarrassing date stories or anything that's ever happened to you that just like any mortifying moments?
God, there's so many. I don't even like. I feel like at this point, there's so many that I don't even.
You've just kind of blocked them,
I have trauma and it's. I'm just kidding.
blocked them out.
I mean,
I've
it's anywhere
done.
from finding out they're married, anything from
Mm,
finding out like, oh, bro,
she
you want to
has
hear a
one.
recent one?
A recent one.
A recent
Have
one.
I heard this
And
one?
when I say recent, within the year, the
Okay,
past
I'll
year.
take it. I'll take it.
Y'all ready for some shit?
That face. Girl.
Oh my God. My
Tell me
friend
the
that introduced me
chisme.
to the friend, it wasn't even an online, well, it was a kind of online thing. Friend met friend. Okay, I have a friend. We'll call him Bob.
Friend met friend. I have a friend.
I saw Bob at a bar and his friend Richie was there.
Okay.
And I was like, hi, I'm Sam. He said, hi, I'm Richie. Whatever. We all went around. I was there for something else. Then on my dating app, Richie
Pops up.
pops up.
Well,
And I'm
what
like,
do you
why
know?
do I know you? You're friends with Bob. We start talking. I immediately call Bob. Bob's like, I know why you're calling. I'm like, why? He's like, because Richie called me to ask about you already.
Bob and Richie talk.
And I was like, shit. Well, what'd he say? And he's like, look, I'm going to warn you. And I thought that Bob was cock blocking.
I was gonna say that's
sure.
what.
First thing I thought.
Yeah.
You stop cock blocking your friend, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of how I thought.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, I'm just saying that's my dear friend. Love the guy.
Especially,
I would never.
especially because Bob kind of went out on like one date with you years
Don't
ago,
talk about that.
and it didn't work. So
okay. Sorry, Bob. Don't get
sorry,
mad.
Bob.
I still love you.
Yes, we do. We love you.
And I do love him. Bob.
Yes.
But not like that.
Not like that. He's like Theo Bob now.
Oh,
Well, no. He's good friend Bob.
yeah. Okay. So Bob was like, I love you dearly, almost like a sister. And I would never recommend him for you.
Mm.
Just saying. And I was like, whatever. We'll see what happens. I start talking to Richie anyway, disregarding Bob's warning because I'm like,
Which is okay. That's and you know what? I'm actually kind of
say, just find out for yourself.
and I'm proud of you because at least you did find out for yourself.
Okay.
You know, so I'm proud of you for doing that versus just listening.
And
it's
this is
good.
total
it's
San
good to
Antonio.
experience this shit.
Exactly. I just like, I'm gonna go out on my own. I need to be open. I was trying to be whatever. Okay. So I hang out with Richie one time.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing happened, no sexual, nothing. Like nothing. It was actually very casual, and I was like, okay, cool. Like just and you know me, I take forever to warm up to anybody. So
Yeah.
it's like fun. I love to have fun at whatever I'm doing. Don't talk to him anymore. Nothing ever happens. Didn't go anywhere. I get a call from my best friend, Lauren. And I shouldn't have said her name out loud. From
Laurenita.
Rosie.
From Rosita.
Rosita calls and says, were you out with Richie? A guy named Richie last week or whatever? And I was like, yeah, why? Do you know Karen? I'm like, yeah, I know Karen. Karen just had a baby with Richie.
Oh,
and I was like, wait, what? She goes, when you were out with Richie, she was in labor.
Okay, so that I was about to say how recently had a baby. You mean like she had just pushed it out?
She had
weeks before. Samantha, I didn't know
he
this.
had no business going out with me and then having a baby. And he's gonna turn around and say, we weren't together. And
but he didn't even tell you that.
No, that's something you needed. Hey, I'm having a baby with somebody.
Yeah.
Today.
Yeah, just so you know.
Good to know. So all I did was I texted him and I was like, congratulations on your baby.
Oh my God. Did he write you back?
He said, thank you. I was like, okay, well, there's that. So thank you for dating me and not telling me you had a baby. I
Oh
mean,
my
we didn't have a
God.
connection like that anyway, thank God. But
But
Bob,
still,
listen to Bob when he tells you don't date
so
the friend.
Bob he's not always trying to cock block, in other
He's
words.
not. He
Sometimes Bob
wasn't.
is trying to help
And there was
out.
some other shady shit I found out about Richie, which was all confirmed to be true.
And that's where the voodoo beso flower power, hey,
And let me
comes
tell
into
you,
play.
I've tested this product myself. I had to do research and development on the rose just so that I could come here and give you a testimonial because I'm not going to promote a product that
That we
I
don't
don't
believe
stand by
in.
myself. And let me tell you, this mother effer is so hard. It sucks so hard that look, it gave me a hickey.
Mira, look
Do you
at
see it?
under that.
Look,
You
it
used
sucks
it in
in.
the wrong place.
Oh, it doesn't go up here?
Yeah, look, I gave myself a hickey with my voodoo,
Oh.
but that's hilarious.
Did you like it? Can y'all see?
That's so funny.
I want to make sure.
Speaking of, if some of y'all are like, hey, but I can't afford anything from, I can't afford to buy myself toys. Tax season is coming up. Or is
You
it
bet.
here?
I better find you spending your tax return
At
at
Love
Love
Shack
Shack
Boutique.
Boutique. Yes.
Speaking of taxes, have you filed your taxes yet?
No, girl. I'm one
Ugh,
of those late October, like file late
me
people. Just 'cause
neither.
it's
I
not cut and dry for
know.
me.
And I'm not one of those that get money back. I've never
Oh no.
been one of those. People
Mm-mm.
always think that like, oh, I do admit I am envious of families that I know.
Yeah, they're getting like 10 grand and shit.
I owe every year.
I owe every year too.
Every year
So it kind of like evens out, breaks even somehow.
yeah,
Yeah. So,
but
I mean,
they're
at least my CPA tries to make it that way.
exactly. And that's the thing. It's all about finding that
Yeah, they
person.
have to know they have to know what they're doing.
Yes.
So yeah, definitely. I recommend Jessica Lee Perez to do
Shout
taxes
out.
this year. My tax girl Jez, she is our amiga sponsor as well tonight.
Yeah.
Please reach out to Jez. She was so nice and believes in us as well. She's from San Antonio. She is also a Latina
Yeah.
women-owned business
Yep.
and we want to support her as well. So if you need somebody who is professional, who knows what they're doing, whether you're an individual with a regular ass W-2 or a big old business with an LLC, multiple LLCs, she is the person to help you. So her website is Jessica Jez. See, that's the thing I like about her name.
Yes. It's with the
Jessica.
Z. Yes.
JessicaPerez.com.
That's right.
You can reach out to her there. You can find her on Instagram, Facebook, and you know what? She also has a TikTok.
Yeah. Oh, okay. There you go.
So you can find a girl, Jess. Shout out to Jessica. Thank you for sponsoring my Bob
That's right.
video that's doing so well.
Bob video. It's so funny. I love watching every time I see your little.
And you know what? Again, like I
So
had
cute.
so much flack on that. The number one comment right now that's like on TikTok is
Is what?
how come y'all are hating on the baby daddies who come during tax time? What about the baby
Oh
mamas?
my God.
Please no. On behalf of being Chisme, when we do one gender stereotype, we also believe that it happens on the other end.
Absolutely.
Get that? I'm
Absolutely.
just
We
trying to
totally
do
get it.
my
Yes.
equal.
It was fun. It was funny. And that was something too you had done last year, but still.
2 years ago.
Was it 2 years ago?
2 years ago.
But
See,
that
we
one's a funny
recycle
one.
content. Y'all don't even know, bruh.
Yes. Then going back to our girl, Jessica, my tax girl Jez, aside from taxes, I know it's tax season, but she also does just like accounting and like
Oh, yeah,
bookkeeping too.
Yes.
So maybe you have someone to do your taxes, but you're looking for someone to help you with like accounting or bookkeeping. Hit her up.
Yeah, and you know what?
Hit
She
her
did
up.
give me a word of advice. She was like, do not go to the tax office or the CPA yet without your books in order, or let me get the books in order. I can do that too, because a lot of them are like, I don't even know where my receipts are. So you come in a little bit of a hot mess. It's harder for her to do her job. Just get it all in one folder and then call her.
Yes, exactly. So, okay. Now, moving on. So, we can't have a Valentine's Day episode without a little throwback to heartbeats. So, those of y'all who either grew up in San Antonio, like I remember on 1019, we had Delilah. Do you remember that? Love someone tonight. And you like, there'd be love songs. And then you had this
date yourself.
And then you had the Sunday night heartbeats, like on the like
I
hip
wanna
hop.
get lost in love with you. What's up? My name is Jessica. I'm calling from the 210. Giving a shout out to my boy, little Joker. He's in the pizza right now, and I just want to tell you that I love you so much, Joker.
Yes, those were the days.
Did you have a voicemail? Did you have the voicemail where you like recorded the tape and yourself?
And you had to play it all at the
you
same
play the
time.
thing?
Yes, in my
What was your
room.
song?
Oh my God. For a while, what was my song? I think I don't even remember.
Well, let's play a game real quick
Yes. Okay. So this is what
about
we
songs.
wanted to do. So Sam and I are each going to start a song, and the other person has to try to finish it. So it's like a Valentine's edition of You Member Finish This Song.
Okay, go.
Okay. Don't go chasing waterfalls.
Please stick to the rivers and the lakes that you used to.
I know that you're gonna have it your way or nothing at all, but I think you're moving too fast. Yeah, you got that one. All right,
That
what's
one's
another
okay.
one?
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
God, I have a terrible memory.
Me too.
Okay, ready? Let me give you one.
Okay.
As we walk down the aisle together, I don't
Holding
even
hands, walking all alone.
be do,
So in love are we two? Just can't wait to say I do. So in love are you and I.
So who sang that
I
song?
don't remember.
So
Who
who sang that?
Yeah, someone dropped who sang So in Love.
Sang that.
Let's see.
Oh my God,
What's
there's some funny ones up in here.
I know. Let's see here. How about this one? I don't know if you'll know this one because I'm a little bit older than Samantha. So let's see. I don't know what it is that you've done to me, but it's caused me to act in such a crazy way.
Wait, keep going here. Hold on.
Whatever it is that you do when you do what you do when.
Hold on, keep going.
It's a feeling that I don't understand.
But my mind keeps
You're so close. Because my heart stops beating triple times with thoughts of loving you
on my mind.
on my mind. I can't figure out just what to do when the cause and cure is you.
I get so weak in the knees, I can hardly speak. I lose all control,
and
something takes over me.
in the day.
Okay, you guys remember that.
Y'all know that one. Yeah, I was too much.
Dang. So did you ever call, like, was it 98.5 The Beat? Did you ever call and be like the girl that was like, I want to give a shout out to my homie or my vato or
Okay, so I was a KTFM 102.7 girl. So
Ooh, what
throw
y'all know about
that to
that?
them hot
We don't
Henrietta, Rick the Stick days. Some of y'all
Remember?
remember with Russell Rush,
Rick
like
the-
old,
Wow.
old school. And so I remember trying to call in to 102.7 KTFM, and it was hard to get
It
in.
was all, dude,
Because this was, y'all have to remember, this was before social media. So now, like on Kid Craddock, you can DM them, tweet them, anything them. Back then, all you had was calling. So half the times, y'all remember this, all we got was the beep,
that's busy. If you don't know
click.
what that means, little kid,
I even tried calling Delilah. I tried
you
calling her
never
too.
get in.
Never got in. I never got any luck.
God, that is so awesome how you could like call in and be like, I just want to give a shout out to my vato.
I know. My vato loco.
So like, what is the equivalent shout out today? Like, if you wanted to shout out your Valentine right now, like, what would you do? You just hit him up in the DM or what you?
I don't know. Like if you wanted to make it public. Do you remember when La Prensa had flechazos? I'm gonna cry. We used to have this page in the paper that we'd run on Sunday for Valentine's Day, and people could put flechazos, which kind of means like
Dude.
you're flirting with someone. But it was so cute because we would have like even like viejitos that would write in their little letter. You
It's
know, it
called
was
in
beautiful.
English. It's called a when you reach out to look like a not obituary. What am I call? What am
It's
I trying
not.
to call it?
It was a
It's
sexual
a section of
again.
the paper where you're seeking. But
Correct.
it was almost like a Valentine shout
I don't
out.
know, like yes, exactly. Like
Flechazo means arrow, right? Or
correct, but it can mean either way. So in a flechazo, it means flirting, almost like a mutual flirtation. So on the
I want a
flechazo,
flechazo.
so on the flechazo page, this is what was cool. It would have a number, like so male would be M123 and woman would be W123. So someone could write in, so we could actually follow
Dear
and read
male 1, 2,
people.
3.
So you could open up Sunday's flechazo, and maybe a woman got a response from a man, and it would be in the flechazo
So
section.
did people ever meet? Like, I wonder if they actually met up in person.
That's a good question. Y if y'all have
If
any La
you
Prensa
met
flechazo
from the
stories,
La Prensa newspaper Flechazo section.
yes, let us
Let us
know.
know.
Let us know. Well, we do, like we said, do we have any other songs, or we want to move
No,
on
we're
to
good.
our?
We're good.
So there you go. There's your throwback. Y'all drop some songs below. We should.
Please do a throwback. Like we want to do a heartbeats video or
We
something.
should. We need to. We should do like a live Sunday night heartbeats like we've done before.
By the way,
That'd be
really
fun.
quickly, sorry, my
No,
brain.
of course. I love your
February the
brain.
9th, which I believe is Friday. Yes,
Mhm.
February the 9th at the Alamo Dome. Frankie J and Baby Bash. There's like a Valentine's Day concert.
No
Shout out to
way.
Tito.
That's
Caballero, we
badass.
love you so much, Tito. I do.
That's awesome.
I love
Believe it
him.
or not, so I used to work at Great Day SA years ago, as you know,
Mm-hmm.
as a major Frankie J fan because I discovered him on AOL Sessions. And Luis Munoz, shout out Luis
AOL
Munoz.
Sessions? What is that?
Some people know what I'm talking
Oh,
about.
okay.
So shout out to Luis Munoz. He was a producer at the time. On my last day as a producer of Ken's Five, I had no idea Frankie J was there, and he serenaded me, and I have it on a beta tape.
Prove it.
I will.
I don't believe her.
I will.
No te
He
creo,
sang to
that's all.
me. He sang more than words to me while I was like live on air on Great Day SA.
What is the number one Frankie J song? Because he does a cover of
More than words.
But what is his
Obsession.
Yes, but how does Amor
No
es amor. Is this an illusion that I have in my mind?
Something, yeah.
Frankie, we love you, and don't get mad at us for not.
Not
accurate.
remembering.
But yeah, Friday,
Obsession.
Alamo Dome, Frankie J. I'm gonna drop the link after this as well.
Yes,
okay,
yes.
so Frankie J and Baby Bash. All right, so moving on to giveaway.
Yeah, so we have our giveaway for Love Shack Boutique, and this is how you win. Like Samantha mentioned earlier, we have a Laverne and Shirley remake. What do we want to call it? A remake?
A sketch.
Yes.
A little fun sketch for you guys that we would like to premiere, and we want to show you. And what is the contest?
Okay, so here's the contest. Sam and I have a little oxygen tube that we pass back and forth. People need to count how many times do we pass it back and forth.
Do you know it?
I do.
Okay.
The first person to comment below. Wait, do we have one giveaway or two?
We have two. So one person's gonna win a rose, and the other person's gonna win this goodie basket with also a toy.
Ooh, there you go. So
big
two
old toy.
giveaways. So the first two people to drop, again, how many times we pass the oxygen tube back and forth. First person to drop the correct number. First two people will be the winners of our
We'll announce it.
gift basket. Yes, and we'll announce it
Okay.
at the end of the show.
Ready for our new skit right now? Hit it.
What's the reason for your visit?
Work-related incident.
What's this?
I have no idea. What is this?
Stop! Fix it!
I'm not a nurse. I don't know how to fix this. Here, you need it. Just point it at yourself.
Don't point it at me. Don't point it at me.
Don't point it.
Point it at me.
Don't point it at me.
No, wait a second. Oh, point it at me.
A few moments later.
I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. That was fun.
We had a lot of fun.
We
Yes.
wanted to give a shout out to Farrow Family Dental for letting us use their facility, and a shout out to Joe Farrow and his family. They're very good family friends of mine. Love them dearly. So thank you so much for letting us shoot.
Yes.
And also shout out to Nick Mary, the director.
Yes. Shout out Nick Mary for making it come to life.
It was fun.
Yes.
I was real high after that.
We'll text him and we'll be like, hey, we have this idea. And he's just like, okay, and makes it happen. And also shout out to the Coffee Cup, which is right next door to Farrow Dentistry, for letting us borrow their mijita to be our receptionist.
It's a free drink.
Yes, but who doesn't love a good Laverne and
I
Shirley
know.
thing? Okay, so
Okay.
people are asking in the comments about your shoes, girl, because they
Oh.
see your pretty leggies but no shoes. How do
Okay,
we show
ready?
them without you
1,
falling?
2, 3.
Oh, mira this. For a what?
how graceful I am? I'm so
Walking
graceful.
price. Where did
I'm
you
gonna
get them
raffle
at?
these off. If y'all
Those are
cash out
beautiful.
Bean and Chisme,
Those are
I'm
so
gonna raffle
pretty.
off this stinky patas and a
Dun,
high
dun,
heel.
dun,
It'll be
dun,
fresh,
dun,
and you can have it.
dun,
You know what? I
dun,
don't even need an
dun,
OnlyFans anymore. I'm gonna raffle off my tacones.
Patos, tacones. Sí, tacones. Wait, where did you get those from? Those are cute.
I can't say because they're Versace. More like
You didn't get them at Versace.
damn it. No, I don't know, but
Those
they're
are
actually
cute.
not mine. They're Cynthia's.
Oh, well,
Why do I call me out
hey.
like that? The girl who does my makeup, Miss Cynthia.
Miss
We all
Cyn.
know Miss Cyn. Shout out to her for doing my beautiful makeup. And also Veronica Martinez for
Oh,
doing my
you're her. You
yeah.
always got pretty
Thank
her,
you.
her.
Thank you, ladies. So anyway, thank you for liking my shoes.
Yes, and also we want to give a big shout out to Miss Brittany. Did I get this right? Did I get that right?
Brittany, yes. And she is on TikTok. So Brittany is our good friend David's niece. She was so sweet, made us these. And we have them
Made
in
us these
turquoise.
awesome tumblers. Yes,
Go
yes.
to beatandcheesemate.com/shop.
Correct.
And the tumblers are for sale now. So please support your girls.
Support your girls. And we have 2 winners for our Love Shack giveaway.
2 winners
2 winners, yes. So the first winner is
of the rose.
of the rose. So the winner of the rose is
Ale-
Alida
Alida?
Alida Castro. Aleyda Castro.
Alida.
Alida Castro. Alida, email us at beanandcheeseme@gmail.com to claim your voodoo beso
And you
flower
can go
power.
to email us, but we'll confirm and you can go pick it up at the Love Shack.
Yes, you'll be able to go to any Love Shack boutique
No,
of your choice.
the Babcock one.
Oh, the Babcock location.
It's
Oh,
like
I like that location.
I know
too.
it's the easy breezy.
And our second winner of the Love Shack basket is Melissa L. Balderas.
Woo!
Melissa L.
you won, girl.
Balderas. So Miss Alida Castro and Miss Melissa Balderas, send us an email and we'll get you hooked up. Make sure that Love Shack Boutique has your name to claim your prize. And when's our next show, Miss Samantha?
Wednesday, February the 21st is our next live show. So thank you guys so much for joining us. You guys, we want to keep
Yes.
doing this 7 o'clock. We're going to do this as long as we can. We're going to keep making sketches as long as you guys love us and continue to support us. Shout out to all of our sponsors tonight. Jessica Perez, tax accountant.
B-Boy.
Vanessa Montes, Love Shack Boutique. Thank you, Brittany, for these. I'll tag her TikTok. So many people have helped us make this happen, and
Yes.
we love it. And we thank you guys so much for supporting us. 2 Latinas who just keep it real and say the shit that you're never gonna ever say out loud, probably.
That's right.
And follow on all platforms. And of course, if you want to sponsor, hit us up. So we'll see you guys next time.
That's right, on the
Be
21st. See you later. Let's dance now.
Bye.
Bye. I wanna get lost in love with you. Do all the things you want me to. Caress your body, touch your soul.
making love like never before. Wait, I wanna be with you always, together forever till my dying day. Oh, that's MC Magic.
Oh, I
right?
know. Is it MC Magic? I always
Mhm.
confuse them. I confuse them all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are we good?